Alrighty, incredible morning, everyone. Almost incredible afternoon here on the East Coast. Incredible morning, incredible morning. All right. It was 30 minutes when I first wrote this. And now it's not quite 30 minutes, but you guys still have time if you want to join. But hello everyone. How are you guys doing? Let's turn down for what? Yvonne. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Incredible morning. It's not this live. So, this is a reminder for all of those who have signed up. Or if you saw the video and you wanted to sign up and you forgot, here is your friendly reminder that the class for the the oversized tiling and printing is about to get started for day 2. Day 1 playbacks are already uploaded. So you can go over that, but we are going to review it at the beginning of this particular session. But that starts at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So in about like 25 minutes, because we always have like a little 10-minute grace period just so that people can kind of come in and whatnot. But the oversized session is about to start. So well, first, let me reintroduce myself. My name is the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Silaholics Anonymous, where I teach you to design in Silhouette Studio. That was our program, of course, that we use, and I showed how to break that up in Silhouette Studio. There are several ways to do it from other programs. I don't necessarily go over it in other programs. However, how I show you how to set it up, you can apply it to other softwares, but I teach from Silhouette Studio. I am going to show one design as far as just like from Photoshop. There's a certain way that you can kind of do that. But this particular session was focused on Silhouette Studio. Like I said, there are ways to do it from Photoshop, Illustrator, Affinity, and things like that, Corel Draw, but I don't teach those. I focus on teaching you Silhouette Studio, as I have been doing for the past 7 years. We are also the home of Honestly Speaking. We will be using Honestly Speaking products, bam, for this, both the rolls as well as sheets. I did show it, I did a demo a few days ago, where where did they go? And I broke it all down for you guys. I showed you, we were pressing this. I laid out how you do it. So you may ask, well, what would be the purpose if you've shown this in other videos? What would be the purpose of signing up for this particular class? Those who normally sign up for this are ones who want more of a hands-on. They want to make sure that they're doing it correctly. They understand the full process, and having someone there to kind of guide them through, and being able to go back and watch the playbacks that also has questions and kind of goes. I show you mistakes as well as the good side of it. That's one of the things that you may not get from a YouTube video. Most time YouTube video shows you the best part of something and the perfect way to do it. But what happens when you have a mistake? That is what my classes most times is really built on, is really teaching you the full process, good, bad, and the ugly, so that you are well equipped to kind of work yourself out of jams if need be. So it's more of a hands-on experience. I will say that normally my classes are available for purchase and for playbacks afterwards. This particular one will not be, because of that more like hands-on type deal. I think this is one where you may end up benefiting more from being like in the live class. So I said that it will probably be removed from the website. Those who have access to it, you will always have forever access to it. But I am going to temporarily remove that one from the website after today. Okay. But incredible morning to everyone. Let's see. Hello, question. My printer has been done and I'll update. I have Epson workforce. My cartridge will not be recognized. Wait. That has nothing to do with that. Then it's probably just the chips. I've done updates. There is no such thing as auto update. As far as like firmware, there actually isn't even a new firmware for the older printers because they're not maintained. Like they're not doing updates and stuff for the older printers because they have new ones. So it has nothing to do with that. If your cartridge is saying not recognized, it's because that chip has reached its final one. So you have to either take it out, put it back in for it to reset, or go on our website, get a chip resetter. Or if all of them like really are out, then you just need a new set of chips. A new set of cartridges because we don't sell the chips individually. But that's an urban myth, guys. It is an urban myth. It's an urban myth. It's an urban myth. It's not true. I have done firmware updates like when these printers first came out and they were making changes. I've done firmware updates. I've purchased printers that had different firmware updates and they still work. So you do not have to ever worry about it. And there's no such thing as auto update. Even if you hit okay, you're just acknowledging the fact that the printer told you that there was a firmware update, but it does not automatically do it. If it's the one on your computer, it's normally like an update for the system, but even that doesn't mess it up. Okay. So it's so good right on time. We're not doing this live. This was a reminder. So there is a class that is up. It was 2 days. We went through setting up designs, knowing how to do your templates and walking you through that. We're going to do a quick review at the beginning of this one. And then we're going to go through to where I'm going. So hopefully everyone who attended the class has theirs printed out already. And we're going to go through like putting them together, making sure that you have it lined up. I'll be able to answer any questions that you have, whoever is on live, any questions that you have in real time. So that's what we are talking about today. If you want to go back and watch the video, I have videos where I've shown how to break it up. I ended up doing this class because I got several requests. Even though I have that video, they said, well, I've watched that one. I'm still not quite understanding. I need to like see it and be able to ask questions. So I end up scheduling the class because I was still getting a lot of requests for it, especially for those who have a smaller format print and they want to know how they can do like a 4X shirt or a larger shirt with not even like a full all over, just a print in the middle. So we are doing that. Actually, that print just kind of came out. I was over here prepping. So I have a few of my prints. So we have that set. We have this set that we're doing. Wait, where are the other sets? I got like 4 sets. So we have like 4 different sets of prints. Oh, there's a set over here. Already buy it. So we're doing this one. And I'm actually in the process of printing out one more. And then there's one that I'm going to do again and print out in class so that to make sure that everyone understands how to print it out. Okay. I missed Thursday, but I'm ready today. Yes. So excited. So we are going to do a quick review of what we learned on Thursday. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I am doing wonderful. How are you? Okay. All right. So the link is in the link is in the description of this video. I'm also going to go ahead and drop it in the comment section. But we are going to get started, like I said, around we should be starting around like 12:10. I normally give you guys a 10-minute grace period so that people can kind of get in. I'm actually about to start the Zoom now, though. Start. Okay. So if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to go ahead and ask them. So like I said, if you are not able to attend, I mean, if you're able, oh, I was like, what happened? But the Zoom started. If you were able to kind of follow along in videos, you definitely can. I have several videos where I've kind of shown different techniques over the years. This is just more of a hands-on, and it gives you an opportunity to actually have me on, be able to ask questions. I can see what you are doing. As far as like lining it up and piecing it together, if if your lines are adding up and all of that, kind of helping with your cutting techniques and things like that. So it really is a true learning experience whenever you're coming to a session like this. But if you're able to, you're probably going to figure it out from some of the other videos I have. Even when I did this one, I broke it down and I showed you guys the fact that you don't have, I mean, I'm going to use rolls for some of them. So we're going to do a couple different techniques. Like that's the one thing about this is I'm showing you a bunch of techniques all in one. So there's a set where we're going to use the roll and put it together for the shirt, which this printed on the wrong one. I have to reprint it on 8.5 by 14 because I didn't realize this paper was in there. But this is going to be, as you can see, for a large shirt, but this mimics printing from a small format printer to be able to put onto a shirt. And then if, I don't know, once you learn my technique as far as piece, like taping it together, I don't know why anyone would ever want to do it this way, but maybe you're using a program where you can't figure out how to do it in one long one. So we're still going to truly piece together. And I'm doing this so that you can see the difference and see the benefits of doing it the way that I teach. Because when you do it this way, you have so many like opportunities for it to not line up. So we're going to do it this way. But it's for a purpose. Like it's so that you can see the benefit of the way that I teach and like that it's a better method of doing it. Also, for that one, it's a little bonus. Where'd it go? We're going to press that particular print onto a colored pillowcase. So you guys will get to see a little bit of how sublimation works when you're pressing to colored polyester. So this particular design, which it was provided, I should have told you guys to go get a blue one so you can really see it. But we're going to press this onto this. So that's a little bonus there. We're doing a regular Dollar Tree pillowcase. We're doing a towel. We're doing a rag. So we're going to end up doing several projects. And we're also going to go through, although I'm going to just use a 20-ounce tumbler, this is what most people have to do if they're using a 30-ounce tumbler, but they have a small format heat press. So I'm going to demonstrate it on a 20-ounce tumbler. However, it is for when you have a small format printer and you're doing larger tumblers. So we're going to do one where I'm going to show you piecing it together and how you can still do a tumbler with a 30-ounce tumbler with a small format printer. So we're going to be doing all of that today. You don't want to miss it. The link is in the comment section. So head on over and join us. And of course, all of my classes come with replays. So if you sign up now, you're able to attend. You will get get access to the replay so that you can watch over and over again. Even if you're not able to participate live, come in and ask questions because your questions will end up on the replay. So come in, ask questions, even if you're not prepared to do all of the projects with us. What is tiling? So tiling is when you have something that is larger than your printer and you have to break it up into sections. So with like, let's say this, right? This is 32 inches long. If you only have a small EcoTank printer, so like the 2720, 2803, 2800, 4700, 3710, any of those small format printers, this is 12. Is it 12 wide? It is, yeah. So this is 12 inches wide by 32. So if you have a small format, you can only print 8.5 inches wide, right? But with all Epson printers, you can print 47 inches long. You can either use the roll of sublimation paper, which we are currently out, but you can get it from the Blank Spot. They have some in stock. We'll have ours back in stock pretty soon here. So you can use the roll. That's an 8-inch roll, 8.5-inch roll. This is the 13-inch roll. So you can either use that, or you can take together several sheets of paper, or you do it like this. So this is essentially tiling. I took an image that was really long, and you break it up into several pieces so that you can then cut it, trim it, and tape it together. So this is tiling, okay? Whether you're doing it sheet by sheet or like this. Wait. I got scared for like 2.5 seconds. I was like, why this not lining up? Okay, so like this is tiling. She says, I am so ready. Her classes are worth it. Baby, you learn a lot. First session, almost 2 hours. She leaves no room for questions. But I like questions though. You are very welcome. Yeah, kind of like you piece together a sewing pattern together. 3.5 seconds. Which video do you recommend to watch for pigment ink printers? I want to make waterproof decals and stickers. I have watched so many and got so confused. There's really nothing for pigment ink printers. Everything is exactly the same as far as like for me, Adobe RGB 1.8. The only difference is you don't have to adjust your density. And if I'm using matte paper, I use premium matte. If I'm using glossy paper, I use photo glossy. That's it. So if it's just about printing, there's really nothing much to it as far as the print settings. It's like your regular normal print settings. Now, if you're asking about like having issues with your printing cuts, that's something that's different. If you don't have an eco-solvent printer, a true eco-solvent printer, you're not going to really be able to create waterproof decals and like vinyl decals on actual vinyl. What people will do is get waterproof sticker paper. However, pigment ink is water resistant anyway. So if you just had regular sticker paper and you were to print on it, it's still technically water resistant. Okay. So I'm actually answering a few questions now, but like I said, we are going to do tiling. If you want to just, and also the other purpose of this is we're piecing it together. However, we are also going to press it. So if you have like a small format heat press, this is still considered a small format heat press, which I got to move my mug press out of the way. But a 16 by 20. If you have a shirt that is 30 by 36, this is still considered a small format heat press. So you'll have to press it in sections. So we're going over that as well. With my heat press, even though it's 16 by 20, I would not be able to press this entire thing in one press. So when you have the large format heat presses, you just kind of put it on there, you press it and go. But you have to press it in sections. So how do you overlap? How do you make sure that you don't get the white line? We're going to do some mistakes and good techniques. That's the difference in my class. I don't just show you the perfect way. We also go through the mistakes so that you understand why the good way is the good way, so that if something happens when you're doing yours, it's easy for you to identify what the issue is. So we are going to do this. We're also going to do a press with the easy presses. So even if you don't have one, or for certain projects, when I'm doing large blankets, I do not use my heat press. I do not use my heat press. It's just too many variables. It's too hard to kind of control it. So I put a hardboard down, I put it on top, and I press it that way. Sometimes you may have to put foam underneath for pressure. We're going to go over all that. Today is going to be a very educational, fun-filled day because you're going to learn a lot about a lot. Okay. And it's just $33.65 for the 2 days. Yes, I am covering everything. That I'd rather get it all done in one instead of doing like one just for tumblers, just for rugs, just for shirts. Like we're going through a lot. Like what's the difference in using a heat press versus using an easy press? I ain't got time for that. We're gonna get it all done because people have different setups. So the one thing I like about my Hotronics is although it's a 16 by 20 coming this way, I can mimic a 15-inch printer by either just turning my platen around. So I really have 16 by 16 or just kind of going across in the longer like way or whatever. So you'll, even if you have a 15 by 15 press, the only thing I can't really mimic heat press wise is going like 12 by 9, but I do break down when you can use that one and when you like on what projects can you use a smaller one and which ones you can't. That's kind of what we're starting off with today. So we'll do it that way, and we're going to use the easy press as well with the hardboard. So you're getting a lot. 3365, can't beat that. Okay. Well, for ink, I don't recommend anything other than Honestly Speaking ink. If you're trying to use a third-party ink, we do sell pigment ink, which is those. Wait, actually on this side. So of course, I don't recommend anything other than Honestly Speaking. You'll never hear me say, if it's ink that I sell, I ain't gonna never recommend it. If it's eco solvent, my good people over at the Blank Spot are, they launched some Eco Vibe inks. There's some other places, but that's someone who, I work closely with, but there's actually a lot of other places and people sell it on Etsy and stuff like that, that may have them. But I know that my good people over at the Blank Spot has Eco Solvent ink. Outside of that, don't have anything for you because dye inks, it's best to go with the company that, that sells it. And DTF, I'm not into DTF, although Big Boy has, DTF ink. All right. So your information has been so on point for me. Also, do you offer payment for class and courses? Yes, we do have Sezzle. We have Shop Pay. And if you have PayPal, you can apply for PayPal's buy now, pay later option. So yes, you definitely do have that on our site. But as far as printers, the only printers I personally have ever used that's pigment ink is an Epson printer, and it's Epson Workforce printers. If you want an EcoTank printer, it's a 16600, 16650. All the others are not pigment ink printers. So I can only recommend to you what I've used. I've not used anyone else's. I know that Canon has one, but it's a small format. It's not a large format printer. All right, so I'm about to let my students in. Again, the link is in the description of the video. I posted in the comment section as well. Hopefully, I will see you guys there. If not, I will see you guys probably after my one-on-one session. I'll probably stay here just a little bit longer because I think theirs is just a printer question. So I'll be able to get on maybe a little bit after my one-on-one session today. And yeah, so 1 second. I was trying to see something. Okay. All right, so let's see. Yes, all of my classes are, I don't ever do a class that's not recorded. Never, ever, ever. I just made a post today because Aquisha posted hers and she was like, I'm going back, I'm going back to the basics. And it was so cool because she has her laptop and then you can see the playback of it on the big television screen. So every last one of my classes, I know that we all have busy lives. We have children, we have significant others, we just have friends, we have work. So you can't always be so strict on time. I don't remove access. You can watch my videos 5 years from now if you need to. So you'll always have forever access to my videos as long as the platforms that the playbacks are on never go belly up and then just like fall off the face of the earth, which I seriously doubt. One of the places, seriously doubt they're ever going to go anywhere. Which is why I do my classes and I record them the way that I do. So you'll always, always, always have forever access. You never have to worry about that. Ask that question with any of my classes. You always have unlimited lifetime playbacks. Okay. All All right, let me let them in because we now have 2 minutes. So the class that is happening today, what is it going through? I just explained that when you can watch the playback of it. Today's class will be hopefully roughly, depending on questions, roughly about 2 hours because like I said, we're going through a lot. So depending on the questions, I really have all my stuff printed out. So it's just a matter of like splitting it, putting it together, taping it. So however long it takes, but it'll pretty much be no more than 2 hours because I got a one-on-one session at 2:00. I also get an area that doesn't sell well. I can't figure out why. Unfortunately, that's kind of an open question. I can't really answer that because I don't know all of your parameters. If it's always in a certain area, it's probably your heat press. Either it's not even pressure, or you have a cold spot or an extra hot spot. Well, it'd probably be a cold spot in that area. She says, "Thanks. I love that about you." All right. So we got 1 minute and then I am out of here so that we can get started over in the Zoom. If you sign up, if it's your first time ever signing up for a class, you may end up being a little bit delayed because you have to get the email for your login for our Academy site. If you want to kind of speed up the process, you can go to the Academy site, create a free account with the same email address that you're going to use on our shop site, purchase it, and then it will automatically pop up in your dashboard. However, if you are new to any of my classes, once you purchase it, you do have to wait for that email. I think they have corrected it where the email is going out. To be on the safe side, I would say go to the Academy site on our website where it says Academy login, click there, create your free account, click on shop, purchase it, and then just go back to the Academy site. It'll be there. But I think they have corrected that issue and it is sending out the express login emails. If they don't, unfortunately, you won't be able to attend because I won't be able to go in and see and like kind of put you in there and all that stuff. I won't be able to do that. So if you are brand new, you've never signed up for any of my classes, go to the Academy site, create a free account, and then come purchase the class. All right. But I got to go. It is 12:10. Thank you guys so very much. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.